So now we are here, game number 4. We have Cruncher spawning up in the top right position against CatZ. Both players now playing their main base, or main race rather, with CatZ down in the bottom left. Cruncher going back to the easy race there. It's funny actually. I've been a pretty big fan of Cruncher ever since I saw him playing Spanishiwa and Idra. Two separate game series, but still very entertaining nonetheless. CatZ here, recent addition to the SK Gaming North American Champions Trophy Series. So very happy that we were able to get him this month for this tournament. I think we had, yeah, we weren't able to get QXC, but we got LZ Gamer. Last time we got Spanishiwa. I'll see if we can get him maybe next tournament. That would be super cool. But we are going to be watching this game take place on Crevasse, which is one of my personal favorite maps. I do like the easy-to-grab expansion up here, and of course you have the natural down here with the big ramp set of destructible debris there. And of course, pretty big open area, elevated terrain. I like how the watchtowers are on the low ground. I do like how that kind of adds a little bit. Just little tiny things like that really impress me. Little thought processes that went into making this map here. But Cruncher, you see, he's currently sitting on 200 minerals. Actually continuing to go up here. He might actually, both players might actually just be going for a super early expansion, which we see he does have a drone heading out right now. There goes the scouting drone probe heading over to the expansion. Will he actually spot that though? Getting so close, and yep, it looks like he actually does. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Is that just leftover? I don't think he does spot that. I think that's leftover from our vision, which usually doesn't happen, but whatever. It's fine. So there we go. Probe heading over to check that expansion, kind of wondering what's going on here. No expansion. Well, I've got one of my own up here. And like I said before, this is one of the reasons I like this is because it's so easy to defend this natural. It doesn't have a full complement of minerals. It only has 6 as opposed to the standard 8. But there we go, gateway delayed, obviously because of the expansion. This one's looking good. Probe still running around, not trying to block it off here. We have a double expansion going down from CatZ here. So I guess this time he decided to take that in-base proxy hatchery and decide to throw it to some minerals and put it to good use over here. But Cruncher is making a pylon, and oh, wow, here we go. Cruncher, what is this? I don't even. Definitely looking forward to seeing what he actually decides to pump out with that. Cruncher, in the meantime, though, no gas up here just yet. He may decide to just let that sit. And of course, the Zerg player sending up a few drones, trying to take that off, cut the mining time down for the Zerg player. As a result, you can see that kind of dip down there. Protoss also has 2 additional workers, so that's going to help him out a good bit. Nexus is going to finish. Now, as far as what we can expect to see from these players, I mean, really, they're going to be, both of them are going to be set up in good positions to do whatever they darn well please. There's plenty of space in this map for air-based assaults, plenty of room for drops, and of course, standard play is fairly well received as well. Plenty of open space for the Zerg player to get their surround, get their concave. Protoss has some nice choke positions as well, where they can choose to engage in. And with the Protoss player having this additional gas, we might decide to see him go ahead up a little bit higher with the tech. But, well, actually, like I said, we'll just wait and see. Zerg, of course, with the fact that he's going to have double expansion, he is just going to be in such a good position moving into the mid-game here as we do pass the bottom part to the 5-minute mark. And Cruncher now coming over here scouting this expansion, I believe for the first time. Yeah, okay, there we go. I think he spotted it earlier. But now he sees that the drones are working. He knows that his opponent is droning up very heavily right now. You could see now that we're approaching the 6-minute mark, he's still just droning up. He's got a couple Zerglings on the way. Units lost, you could see right there. And yes, so nice little wall off there by Cruncher. No warp gate technology on the way just yet. Double gas up here. A third one, triple total. Overlord is going to be susceptible to a Stalker, but we have actually 1 Stargate on the way. Ooh, very nice indeed. Oh, double Stargate popping down just a second or two ago, way out of viewing range. Probe, of course, going to be dying here in just a second or two. Zergling's running around trying to get ahead. Will he actually be able to? I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh really hard with this probe. I think the first time he turns, yep, there we go, he's going to die. But he would have been the hero probe of this game if he had actually survived. But CatZ down here throwing down another gas. We can just look at the gas income right now and see Zerg is currently 1 up on his opponent. No, wait, Protoss went up as an opponent. Rather, sorry. Apparently, I cannot tell the difference between symbols. Protoss will definitely need that gas, though, if he wants to be able to produce double Void Ray, or he could actually get out a Phoenix or two. Phoenix will definitely be helpful. He'll be able to lift up those queens that are super pesky, those early defensive units for aerial-based assaults. But one thing I want to point out, though, is that the queen, if the queens, they're no creep. No creep at all right here. So he's going to have a pretty hard time defending against that. The queens are going to be isolated. We see there's pretty much one at each base. Oh, no, actually, there's not even one here at the main. So with double Void Ray coming out, he will actually be in a great spot with the Spire just now starting a second or two ago. Going into this attack, I think he will have a pretty solid aerial advantage, but with the Evolution Chamber down, CatZ will be able to get some Spore Crawlers without too much difficulty. See, there we go, two of them going down as we speak, one of them right there, and one of them right here. Of course, the Spire is actually the Spire. That is actually going to be pretty bad for him, because those Void Rays, if they decide to come down here, they will be able to take out the Spire. He does have a small window of opportunity right now where he will be able to do that. You can see he is continuing to bring in Void Rays, and now switching over to Phoenix. Like I said before, very smart move, I think. This expansion is entirely undefended, with one drone actually just chilling here, not even worrying about a thing. You're seeing all these drones going down super quick, so a few early kills there as the Void Ray is taking out this expansion. But he does know this expansion up here is in full swing. This one Spore Crawler is not in range to defend, though. So we might see Cruncher try to hold this charge, bouncing it off of the structures and units here as he does head towards now the main. The important thing to note, though, is that the Spire is complete. He will be able to dump down a ton of this gas. Look at how much gas he actually has right now. Actually looking, oh man, very, very nice. Taking those queens out of the equation. He will be able to continue this pressure here with 9 Mutalisks on the way. I think it's going to be a problem, though, because of the fact that the Protoss player is taking out the queens one by one. There's only 2 of them remaining. No energy for a health, or for a transfuse, rather. The Mutas are now in the field, but with 3 Phoenix and all these fully charged Void Rays, it's going to be pretty difficult. I think the Void Rays are going to suffer some pretty heavy casualties, but you see Cruncher is actually ignoring the Mutas, now finally focusing his attention on those. Now that he has just Phoenix, I think that he is, like I said, in a great spot. He now has complete and total air domination. Look at the supply count right now, 75 to 84. All he has to do is find 1 or 2 more Overlords, and that's going to be it. He is making a couple additional Phoenix, just still maintaining that air superiority. You're going to see those drones go down here. You see right now it is fairly even. But I think it's very smart that he has all of his Overlords right here in a nice bunched up position. 1 Corruptor, or 2 Corruptors rather, soon to be 1. These guys are going to take that out really quick there. But yeah, these Stargates actually, has he not even seen those at all? Wow, just barely missing those with those, or no, that was the initial scout, never mind. But anyways, yeah, this Corruptor is hoping to maybe pick off a unit or 2. Stray now has 5 total. We can just look at the units tab and see that he's still got 1 Meta running around as well. This base looking good, this one good as well. Nothing happening here. Phoenix continuing to take out the Corruptors. You see he is currently down to 2, 1 Corruptor left, and that is certainly not a good position to be in. Look at the units also right now, 4,800 to 2,250. As far as the actual workers killed, 7 to 1. That number is actually going to go up here a lot in the next minute or so. He's just absorbing that damage from the Spore Crawler, which I think is a very smart decision there. He knows he does have air superiority. He's going to be able to take that out. And look at this. CatZ, having lost this expansion, he's going to go ahead and take that one. Not only that one, but taking the one here in the middle as well. Sending out a few Zerglings, hoping to take out this this defense is obviously not going to be very effective, though. Phoenix still trying to maintain air dominance here. There's one transfuse, almost saving that one. Unfortunately, was not able to, though. I like how he's just still focusing on the Phoenix, though. Very, very interesting play. 2 additional ones coming down the line. Not even worrying about the Spore Crawlers here. He is just still maintaining air superiority, hoping. I like how he's forcing CatZ to dump all of this gas into the Corruptors here. So many of them are going down, and if he wanted to, he could then switch over to a land-based attack, and all those Corruptors would essentially be useless. Look at the Warp Gates on the way right now. Twilight Council, we're going to have some Blank Stalkers coming in here, and just a matter of time. I think that's a very, very smart decision. Again, the Corruptors will be completely useless. They'll be able to throw down Corruption and just, well, they'll just sit there. This one poor Mutalisk will be left to deal with the damage to all those Stalkers. But in the meantime, we can see supply is still 76 to 78. Cruncher doing a great job of keeping the Zerg player contained, even though he is definitely technically up on the bases when you just count the hatcheries. But as far as the economy goes, look at the Protoss player. He is sitting at a comfortable 75 harvesters compared to 49. And again, the Phoenix engaging the Corruptors there. You're seeing them taken out one by one, eventually ending up with 4, 3. And now finally retreating back to the base, where you see he has got 2 Spore Crawlers here hanging out. The Overlords, of course, still doing their own thing here. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make a run for those, but like I said, with all those Queens and the Spine Crawlers running around, would be pretty difficult. And here goes more drones. You can see that, so we can cap off right now 22 to 123, still being lifted off, spending a ton of energy. You see he's actually ended up losing a lot of those Phoenix trying to take those out. But was it worth it? You can look at the income, and you can see this continued harassment has definitely paid for itself. Look at Cruncher. He's just continuing to expand. This one Zergling coming off and trying to be the hero of the day, taking out anything he can. The probe survives, the cannon survives, and I think we see now how this is going to go. Workers killed. There's the total for that aerial assault that we saw take place over the past, seriously, like 7 or 8 minutes or so. Ended up pretty well in the Protoss favor. Now 62 to 78. Zerg trying to redrone very quickly, trying to stay in this game. And, I mean, I don't know, man. With all these Corruptors running around, whole bunch of Stalkers. Look at this. So many Stalkers coming down the line. They do have the 1 weapons upgrade. I think he's in a great position. There are a few Hydralisks on the way. Hydra is obviously very good at killing the Stalkers. But with the Blink upgrade here and good to go, I think that he's going to be just in a perfect spot to finish off the Zerg player. You see a few Hydras still coming. That's about it. One of them actually might get picked off there. And yeah, that's pretty much weapons 2 on the way. That's going to seal the deal. No upgrades. Actually, I'm sorry, range 1 or ranged damage 1 is on the way, not the ranged upgrade for the Hydralisks rather. You can see they're still stuck at 5. But 150 to 118 right now. Plenty of money in the bank for the Protoss player. Plenty of gas as well, so he can just continue to follow whatever tech paths he goes to. Here come the drones and the Hydras. Everything trying to tank. There's the corruption going down in the front line, but that can just easily be blinked away, leaving plenty of other Stalkers able to fire. Unfortunately, he did lose a ton of drones during that attack right there. 56 to 1, and Overlord's even coming in as well here. There's the GG from CatZ. Cruncher taking the next game.